Now welcome in to Lone Peak Fieldhouse for KSL Sports Rewind's coverage of the Lone Peak Knights girls basketball team. Dusty Lister with you as our doubleheader tonight is Lone Peak and Corner Canyon. It'll be a lot of fun to watch the reigning 6A champions once again undefeated inside of Utah play and undefeated inside of Region 4 play. Is Kaylee Woolston, McKaylee Ika, Sarah Bartholomew, Naya Tanuvasa, and Shawnee Nordstrom, the starting five for Coach Nancy Warner. Taking on a Corner Canyon team that had a nice win over Westlake. Come off a tough loss to Skyridge on last Friday night. And we'll see where they can take it this evening. And we'll start first with Corner Canyon. Is a steal from McKaylee Ika. And quick back up the floor is Naya Tanuvasa. Naya on the drive, reverse it, and score it. Defense leads to offense. And then Naya knocks that off of Corner Canyon. And we'll go back to Lone Peak as immediately saw Alina Mortensen kind of tap herself, say, it's on me. So McKaylee Ika to trigger in. Goes into Shawnee. Shawnee right back to McKaylee, looking inside to Sarah. Lob inside, Sarah Bartholomew. And 2 paint points here for Lone Peak in a quick 4-0 start for the Knights. So on the other end, and Maddie White terminates. Waiting, sends it back up top to Sorrell Nielsen. Sorrell goes at McKaylee Ika in the lane, too strong off the window. Gets her own board, sends it back out to Mortensen. Fresh shot clock, so down 28 seconds, down to 25. Up top of Maddie White. She hands off to Looper. Burke on the angle to White, looks and going at Ika. Just with that ball inside, out of bounds as Caitlin Madsen lost control on that spin. And we'll go back to Lone Peak. Talk about this Lone Peak Knight team and a favorite in 6A, and they should be the reigning 6A champs and bring back everybody but one player from last year's state championship team. And that ball tip gets to Kaylee Woolston. They won the best player in the state. They're in Kaylee. Tanuvasa now to Ika. McKaylee out to Shawnee Nordstrom. Shawnee on the drive is fouled. And went down along the baseline. And of course, this Lone Peak team not just good inside the state of Utah, but one of the nation's best teams in the top 10 nationally next preps. Played a national schedule. The losses come in there, and McKaylee just got that in to Nordstrom, back over to McKaylee. And that ball out of bounds off of the hands of Alina Mortensen. Quickly in, Sarah Bartholomew with a quick 4 points as McKaylee Ika runs that inbound play well. And a quick 6-0 start here. There's Sorrell Nielsen. Hands off. This is Maddie White. Maddie over to Brooke Looper. This Corner Canyon team is young as that ball goes out of bounds. Also off of Corner Canyon. This Lone Peak team is young. We have a lot of young teams in 6A. Corner Canyon's young. And of course, West High School. As you'll see, we'll do every single West High School region game. As that team is all sophomores and freshmen, except for a couple of seniors. But that is the rule here with Corner Canyon as well. There's a lone senior, or there's 2 seniors on this roster, and Summer Larson and Brooke Yeomans. As Sarah hands off in the corner to Kaylee Woolston. Last time I got to see Kaylee, she had 38 points. Actually, I take that back. That was 2 games ago. This season just runs. We saw her at Skyridge last Tuesday night. And another impressive win for this Lone Peak squad that are just over a month away from the state tournament. As that Maddie White nearly had that stripped away and then does. Loose ball picked up by Bartholomew. Now on the run, Ika She sends ahead is Shawnee Nordstrom. Shawnee gathers. Oh, a rare miss on a layup. But Kaylee Wilson running the floor with a little stat stuffer. Board and bucket there for Kaylee. And an 11-0 start for Lone Peak. And one of the biggest things here for this night team is every team gets their focus. And respect them enough to play your best game, as that shot won't go for Madsen. Now on the run. Tanu Vasa, get that up to Bartholomew. And one for Sarah Bartholomew. 6 points in the quarter. And looking for number 7 at the free throw line. Number 2 on White. And Sarah, who's garnered a lot of attention, still waiting on that first offer. Off on the and one. And now a timeout to Coach Morris. Inside of 4:40 left in the first quarter. A 13-0 start for Lone Peak. You're watching Lone Peak girls basketball on KSL Sports Rewind.
Mountain Land Power Equipment provides exceptional service and high-quality brands you know and trust in lawn, landscaping, and snow removal products. Our experienced staff of technicians repair all types of snow plows, snow blowers, lawn mowers, small engines, and is trained to answer questions about lawn, garden, snow removal, and landscaping products. Mountain Land Power Equipment, now with 2 locations to serve you in Salt Lake City and Springville.
Yeah, welcome back into Lone Peak High School as always. Lone Peak Girls Basketball brought to you by Bullfrog Spas. I want to thank Bullfrog Spas for being a sponsor of the Lone Peak Girls Basketball stream on KSL Sports Rewind. And as always, the Rewind Sports Network, presented by Heidemann & Associates. Go to utah.law to get a free consultation. Just let them know the Rewind sent you. Again, that's utah.law and Heidemann & Associates. As Looper sends that ball inside. Madsen. And she gets a hoop and a horn. Nice job there by Caitlin Madsen. It's been a frustrating start for for Corner Canyon offensively. And the first points here to Madsen, and one opportunity is Summer Larson will come on for Cyril Nilsson. And also Kenzie Randall. Speaking of Kenzie, intern Kenzie running the system today. And it's just intern night with Uncle Dusty as Jaron Mulford running the camera tonight. Our intern from Skyridge High School. I think both of them. Is McKaylee Ika going to pull for 3? McKaylee off the iron. Kaylee Wilson tracks that ball down. Send it inside to Kaylee Rich, who checked in during the break. Tanu Vasa, give that up to Rich. Back out to McKaylee. Ika, Rich, 20. Now down to 20 on the shot clock. Naya drives at Madsen, and ill-advised pass. That ball turned over. Addie Yeomans with the steal. Is Addie up top to Brooke Looper. Summer Larson on the drive. Kiss off the window. No. And rebound to Tanu Vasa. There comes McKaylee inside of 3.5 down to 3:25 left in the quarter. Rich saves that ball back into McKaylee. She'll pull for 3 short. Rebound to Rich. Back out Tanu Vasa. Her feet were set, couldn't knock it down. Another offensive rebound. Now why not Woolston? Kiss it off the window. Kaylee didn't like it when it left her hand. But 3 offensive rebounds in the possession there for Kaylee Rich leads to the Kaylee Wilson banked in 3. On the drive, leave that along the baseline, and we're going to have a foul on the baseline. If it was the boys' game, that'd be a pass and crash. Region 1 special, no doubt. But as it is, I think correctly called, the block. And it'll be Charger ball on the baseline. Coach Craig Morris in his second year at Corner Canyon. Well, not long ago that the Chargers were in the state championship game with Kemry Martine and a really good crew. His series of moves. That shot would not drop for Summer Larson. On the push. Wilson sent it to the corner. 3 on the way from Shawnee. No. And that rebound off of Lone Peak, and it'll be Corner Canyon ball. With the second coaching change since that loss in the state championship game. As Coach Gianni now on the staff at West, and Coach Chad Morris had a youth movement with a bunch of young players last year, and this year still some more. Oh, there's a traveling violation. Brooke Yeomans kind of got stuck in no man's land, and ball will go back to Lone Peak. So up top, Shawnee Nordstrom. Kaylee on the baseline. Just that shot, couldn't get it. Bartholomew there. 8 points in the quarter here for Sarah Bartholomew. And the quick starts, and this is par for the course for Lone Peak this season in their in-state schedule. Only had one game not going to the Mercy clock. And that was the game against, or at Springville, the battle of the Queens of Utah basketball. It went the way of Lone Peak. There's a steal. Ahead, Shawnee Nordstrom. Yeoman's giving chase, and Shawnee lays that one up and in. First points of the quarter for Shawnee. So 8 for Kaylee Wilson, 8 for Sarah Bartholomew, and the first points there for Shawnee Nordstrom. Tanubasa has the other bucket on the drive. Larson thought she'd get the foul call, did not. Kennedy Woolston with the board. Quickly up the floor. Shawnee Nordstrom, transition 3, back rimmed. Tipped out, taken by Ika. McKaylee to the rim, and McKaylee Ika. First points of the game as we go inside a minute, inside of 50 seconds left. On the other end, strong take by Randall. No. Rebound off of Corner Canyon. We'll go back to Lone Peak. So Shawnee will get a quick breather along with Kaylee Woolston as Katie Lawrence comes on, along with Naya Tanuvasa. About a 10-second separation between game and shot clock. And McKaylee sends that ball inside, but take it away. Hey, Liberty Henstrom checked in the game. A little selfless plug. It's a cousin of mine, family member out there, number 14. And we got a double dribble there on Yeomans. Her brother Luke, I call him Hype Man 5000, was on the football team. He's the Steve Tasker of Utah High School football, only playing special teams. But Liberty, a sophomore. Lone Peak, you're probably at Corner Canyon. Papa Doug hanging out in Guatemala, making differences in the world. Sends that ball inside as Bartholomew fouled. And it'll be inbound along the baseline. Quickly inbounds and it back out to the corner, and McKaylee couldn't corral it. As we'll go back down the floor with Corner Canyon. The floor with Yeomans. Addy straight away. Liberty Henstrom can't get that one to go. And that will do it for the first quarter. And at the end of one, all Lone Peak. Knights 22. Corner Canyon 2. You're watching Lone Peak Girls Basketball on the Rewind Sports Network.
Other universities didn't fit into my life.
They said I'd have to quit my job to go to school.
They said it would take me 4 years to graduate.
They said I have to take tests when they tell me to.
They said my degree would cost a fortune.
But I didn't have to listen to them.
Because I have a university that listens to me.
Tests on your time. Courses on your time. Graduate on your time. WGU, the University of You.
Mountain Land Power Equipment provides exceptional service and high-quality brands you know and trust in lawn, landscaping, and snow removal products. Our experienced staff of technicians repair all types of snow plows, snow blowers, lawn mowers, small engines, and is trained to answer questions about lawn, garden, snow removal, and landscaping products. Mountain Land Power Equipment, now with 2 locations to serve you in Salt Lake City and Springville.
And welcome back inside Lone Peak Fieldhouse. Dusty Lister with you for Lone Peak Girls Basketball on the Rewind Sports Network. Brought to you by Bullfrog Spas, presented by Heidemann and Associates. And another impressive first quarter for Lone Peak, only starting 2 points in the quarter defensively as Shawnee Nordstrom fouled on the floor. Oh, they'll go offensive foul. Interesting. I've never seen a hook called out of the three-point line, but we'll take it. Shawnee Grin Barrett. As come back the other way with Corner Canyon. There's Randall. Taken by Tanu Vasa. Randall still looking. Look out for that 5-second closely guarded. And now the steal to Shawnee. Nordstrom, thread a needle there to Wilson, but Kaylee had to back it out. Kaylee resets the offense to Tanu Vasa. Now Katie Lawrence. Lawrence off the screen. Still penetrating. Give it off to Bartholomew. Moving without the basketball. What a strong quarter here for Sarah Bartholomew. The relative is our own Dane Stewart. Liberty Henstrom sends out to Yeomans. Addy back up top to Liberty. This is Brooke Yeomans. 8 on the shot clock. 5, and then we're going to have an offensive foul. Yep. That arm got away from Sorrell Nielsen. Turnover and go back to Lone Peak. Of course, the boys' game coming up next. Corner Canyon, number 1 team in 6A. Lone Peak, I think right now you do rankings. It's either, well, you got to go with Cypress. Cypress has 2 wins over Lone Peak, so probably 1 Lone Peak, 2 Cypress, 3 Lone Peak. Probably number 1 Corner Canyon. That'll be an interesting game as Kaylee Woolston on the drive gets the bucket. Corner Canyon coming off the impressive win against Skyridge, where Max Toombs was in foul trouble the entire fourth quarter, but didn't matter. But Lone Peak coming off the 71-69 win against American Fork. As bodies hit the floor. Possession arrow belongs to Corner Canyon. That game will be coming up at 7:30. As Liberty Henstrom will come off the floor in favor of Brooke Looper. A little sophomore exchange. Of course, Dr. Doug hanging out in Guatemala, fixing some cleft palates, do some charity work. One of the good guys. And of course, Utah Facial Plastics is a supporter of the Rewind Sports Network. As that was a traveling violation, I thought at first, but we're going to have a foul away from the ball on Shawnee. That's number 2 on Shawnee Nordstrom. Kennedy Woolston will be coming back on.
Number 34, Kennedy Woolston replaces Shawnee Nordstrom. Chargers inbound.
As Looper sends that ball in to Maddie White. Nice hands by Kaylee. There, got that away. Looper sends that into Larson. Contested shot wouldn't go. Loose ball. Kennedy Woolston had it stolen by White. Man, what an awkward sequence here as Kennedy slips off and falls. And possession belongs to Lone Peak as Caitlin Madsen and Kennedy Woolston battling that ball out. Where girls basketball is different than the boys. Kennedy gets up smiling. The boys, we would have had a hurry and quick separation, and hormones and testosterone would be involved in that one, but not here. Girls are Good competing with one another. They're right, Kinsey, right? Yeah. Oh, there's a rattled home three for Kennedy Woolston, the freshman. Of course, Kennedy offered by BYU and UVU a couple weeks ago. Come back the other way off the bump, and there'll be a foul. We'll put Caitlin Madsen at the line for 2 free throws.
First person at 15 foul. At the line for the Chargers, number 44, Caitlin Madsen shoots 2.
So Caitlin has the lone points tonight for Corner Canyon.
Checking in for the next number 32, Kaylee Rich replaces Naya Tanahasa. In for Corner Canyon.
And we talked about the team earlier, lost the 5A state championship to East from Corner Canyon with Kemry Martin. And the free throws good there from Caitlin Madsen. Vaifanua, that was the young lady that went to Wyoming. Vaifanua was a 3-year starter at Corner Canyon. As Woolston, hard take, is a foul on the drive. Coach Morris wanted the foul on the off part. I know this is a Lone Peak stream and all. There wasn't anything there. You already got one perimeter hook call. I don't think you're going to get 2 on a pirouette. AAU Day don't call that, right? Free throw good to Woolston.
Next substitution, number 20, Sam Pope.
Sam Pope comes on. Is Sarah Bartholomew to come off the floor with just inside of 4:50 left. Got a clock on your screens, unofficial. Kinsey does a great job, much better than intern Preston ever did. Is that one doesn't go. She'll always make sure we get that official. Get synced up at 4:45. And Ika with the steal. Larson terminated that dribble, left the ball up. Guards came down and got it. Here comes Kennedy Woolston. Rapping on the baseline. Kaylee Woolston off on the 3 and the rebound. Cleared by Madsen. Kennedy with the near steal. As Looper gives that up to Clara Hazar. First time I've seen Clara. Try to fit that inside to Madsen. It gets away, and it'll be a turnover. And we'll go back to Lone Peak as we're nearly halfway through the second quarter. So back down the floor with Kaylee. Gives off to McKaylee. Ika. Remember, an invitee of the Tonga national team, as we talk about in broadcast, is that 3 a little long. The rebound taken by Madsen. Looper. Send that in to Summer Larson. Nice strong move by Larson. Can't get it. Rebound to Kaylee Woolston. Woolston out of the pack. Oh, beautiful pass. Going to have a foul on Madsen, but what a pass from Kaylee Woolston. That was a dime and change on that one. I don't know if our broadcast... I know Jerem showed it. I just don't know if the angle kind of gives the credit of how beautiful that ball was from Kaylee Woolston. As Kaylee Rich misses on the first. As Tanuvasa and Bartholomew will come back on as the sisters Woolston will come off the floor.
Checking in for the Chargers, number 3, Brooke Yeoman.
And Rich with the rare 0 for 2 trip at the line. There's Brooke Yeomans. Sends that out to Looper. Looper, nice backdoor cut there by Hazar. Couldn't get it cleanly. Sends it back out. Yeomans for 3. No, and the rebound taken by Bartholomew. Sam Pope on the other end, blocked away by Madsen. Rich to the corner. Tanavasa pumped the 3. Take the baseline jumper, and it crawls off. Rebound in the hands of Kaylee Rich. At least her 4th offensive board of the first half. Deserves to get her first field goal tonight. Like cold calling and sales, you work hard on the boards at defensive end, you deserve to be rewarded. As Liberty Henstrom will come back on for Coach Morris, along with Yeomans. Clara Hazar sends out for three. No, and the rebound to Bartholomew. Here comes McKaylee. Ika leaves it for Bartholomew. Sent out to Pope for three. Back rimmed rebound again to Kaylee Rich. McKaylee over to Pope. McKaylee Ika. No, and another offensive rebound. This one out to Tanuvasa. Fresh 35 seconds on the shot clock. Ika was cut off there by Mortensen. And now 3-second violation. So Katie Wilson will come back on along with Katie Lawrence.
For the Chargers, number 35, Boston Carlson replaces Ellie Mortensen. Chargers inbound.
Boston Carlson will come on for the first time tonight as Alina Mortensen comes off. That ball is out of bounds off of Lone Peak. We'll stay here with Corner Canyon. Hazar. Send that ball out to Carlson. Now Henstrom. Liberty dishes that one back to Yeomans. Back to Liberty in the corner. Liberty drive the base, float it up, and score it. Hey, Liberty Henstrom. I mentioned she's they call me the cousin uncle in the family. But good to see Liberty get a bucket. First time I had a family moment on air since my nephew Kai. And there's a banked-in three. That's the second banked-in three from that angle. Kaylee Woolston had one in the first quarter, and then Naya Tanuvasa kiss it off the window there. Liberty now pulls for three. 5 points for Liberty Henstrom. She was a DNP on Friday night. Comes in here and scores 5 points here in the second quarter. Young sophomore was a starter beginning of the year. So she earns her keep with those 5 points. Tanuvasa knocks that off of Hazar and will stay here. Is Kenzie Randall going to check in?
Number 1, Kenzie Randall. She replaces Clara Hazard.
Lawrence quickly, try to get that into Larson, stolen by Henstrom. Or probably into Woolston, stolen by Henstrom. Liberty hands back to Brooke Yeomans. Knocked away by Bartholomew. Jump ball. Possession error will stay here with Corner Canyon. 30 seconds left in the half. I was waiting to see if they reset the shot clock, but they don't. So, shot clock at 21. Bartholomew with the steal. So, shot clock turned off as Katie Lawrence bringing the ball off the floor. Hands off to Kaylee Woolston. And Kaylee will hold it for the final shot. Liberty Henstrom going to guard her here. Come off the screen of Bartholomew. Switch to Yeomans. Woolston floated up. Yes. 5 seconds. 3, 2. Henstrom at the horn. And that'll do it for the first half. And at the end of 2 quarters, it is Lone Peak 37, Corner Canyon 8. You're watching Lone Peak girls basketball on the Rewind Sports Network on KSLSports.com.
It all starts with a smile. To show you care, offer a sign of love, welcome someone home. Even when we don't see each other, or share a room, even without words. Smiles bring us together. Let's keep yours healthy. Stonehaven Dental. Schedule online at stonehavendental.com.
And welcome back into Lone Peak Fieldhouse. Dusty Litster with you as we start the third quarter. We already have a foul away from the ball. McKaylee Ika. Number 2 on McKaylee. It was a 13-point first half for Kaylee Wilson, 10 points for Bartholomew, but the offense from Corner Canyon was stifled there in the first half, and then a little spurt there at the end of the second quarter. Liberty Henstrom with 5 points. And as try to fit that into Looper, picked up by Madsen, couldn't get it. Rebound to Shawnee Nordstrom. Jump ball. Possession all going to stay here with Lone Peak. So it'll be Yeomans triggering in. White goes at Wilson. Series of moves. No. Tipped out. Taken by Nordstrom. Quickly on the run. McKaylee Ika. In the lane. McKaylee hangs and hits. Nice job of staying patient. You see the experience there, McKaylee Ika. Not going to panic as she got in the lane. Terminates and gets the 2. Henstrom has that one stolen away by Tanu Vasa. Liberty Henstrom gives up the foul. And that's going to put Tanu Vasa at the line for free throws. So number 1 on Henstrom.
First personal, first team foul.
They call on the floor. So before the shot, say it was on the gather, not in her habitual shooting motion. As those are uploaded at the beginning of the week for officials. And hopefully you can catch the sarcasm. We've shared that joke a number of times. As Kaylee Wilson can't get that one on. Vasa there on the board and put back. Naya Tanu Vasa with her 7th point of the night. Looper looking inside to Madsen. Back up top to White. Inside Madsen lost the handle. Taken by Ika. McKaylee, give it out up Tanu Vasa. Naya splits the defender's left hand. Oh no! Wipe off the bucket. Traveling violation. So what would have been a highlight turns to a turnover as Alina Mortensen will come on for Caitlin Madsen. Again, the boys' game will come up on. It'll start up at 7:30. And double dribble on Brooke Looper. The ball will go back to Lone Peak. Drop that in to Bartholomew. Sarah can't get it. Rebound tracked down by Corner Canyon. And that will be a foul on the inbound. A foul will be charged to McKaylee Ika. Number 3 on McKaylee. So, foul on Ika, number 3. Drop that ball in. That's number 4 on McKaylee Ika. Back in old school basketball, we called that mouse in the house when a guard got switched on to a post player, and Lena Mortensen took full advantage of having a point guard on her hip. And draws foul number 4 on McKaylee Ika. So to the line, Alina Mortensen, the junior post.
Night substitution number 34, Kennedy Woolston replaces McKaylee Ika. Checking in for the Chargers, number 33, Summer Larson. She's in for Brooke Looper.
As the second free throw good. Drop that ball inside, and Tuivasa gets a +1. And as my friend David Locke would say, the hoop and the harm. My voice just isn't as scratchy as old David Locke. As Yeomans will come off the floor, that's her first personal foul. Naya misses the and one. And rebound. Whenever you have a player, they pull their hands back. I didn't push her, I promise. And just say that in. Tuivasa with the block. Woolston sends that one ahead to Nordstrom. Shawnee gets that to Kennedy. Kennedy back out. Shawnee Nordstrom. Back rim to three. Got her own board and bucket. You've heard me say it once. You heard me say it 1,000 times. Shawnee Nordstrom, one of my favorite players in the state of Utah. That's boys or girls. Love watching Shawnee play. Plays a great effort. Doesn't force it. Good teammate. Does all the little things. As White sends out into the high post. It's a traveling violation. Oh, jump ball. And possession arrow goes to Lone Peak. Kaylee Rich will come on for Sarah Bartholomew. Oh, nice pass from Nordstrom to Kennedy. Woolston, reverse it and score it. Pretty pass, beautiful finish, and it's a 38-point advantage. There's White, gives it up top, free throw line jumper, kiss it off the window. Alina Mortensen, full timeout on the floor. We'll take it with them. 4:47 left. You're watching Lone Peak Girls Basketball on the Rewind Sports Network.
For over 25 years, Salt Lake Running Company has helped people of all ages and levels find the gear they need to start their fitness journey. From a free custom shoe fit analysis to a premium assortment of footwear and workout essentials, SLRC is a top 10 run shop in America. Locally owned, locally operated at 5 locations along the Wasatch Front. SLRC is there to help you gear up and get out. Visit a store near you or shop online at slrc.com.
It all starts with a smile. To show you care, offer a sign of love, welcome someone home. Even when we don't see each other, or share a room, even without words, smiles bring us together. Let's keep yours healthy. Stonehaven Dental. Schedule online at stonehavendental.com.
Nearly midway through the third quarter. The Knights up by 36. Remember, if this gets to 35 points in the fourth quarter, we'll have a continuous running clock throughout the fourth quarter. They'll only stop on free throws and timeouts. As Kennedy Woolston goes into his sister Kaylee, sent back out. Tuivasa short on the triple. And the rebound off the hands of, it's off of Kaylee Rich. She was battling down low with Summer Larson. So, Hazar. Send ball in the corner to Larson. Yeomans. These are for Hazar. Wild off the backboard, but the backside rebound and bucket there for Sorel Nielsen. Her first points tonight. Woolston down the lane, got around the defender, it scores. Brooke Yeomans came to close off ball side. She goes on the reverse and scores on the other end other side of the hoop. Nielsen off the front of the iron, rebound taken by Kennedy Woolston. Kennedy up the floor, Tanuvasa. Shawnee Nordstrom got that off to Woolston, and the junction jumper is there for double ones. And for Kaylee, that is her 17th point of the night. Azar along the baseline. Pass is picked up by Rich. Kennedy quickly ahead to Kaylee. Can't track that one down.
Checking in for Lone Peak, 0-0, Katie Lawrence.
So Katie Lawrence will come on for Naya Tanuvasa. Caitlin Madsen and Maddie White come back on for Coach Morris. Ball inside to Madsen. No. She had Nordstrom down there and got her own board and put back. Katie Lawrence. Back up top, Shawnee Nordstrom. Quickly inside. Kaylee Rich. And now good defense there by Yeomans. Now on the run, Hazard. Give it up to White. White inside to Madsen. Nice ball movement. And a timeout taken by Coach Nancy Warner. 2:14 left in the third quarter. Lone Peak leading. You're watching Lone Peak Girls Basketball on the Rewind Sports Network.
Provide you with a low-rate line of credit that makes it easy to access the equity in your home with no fees or closing costs.
Simply complete an application on your phone or computer and select the low-rate option you prefer.
And then sit back and enjoy the peace of mind that comes from knowing you have a low-rate line of credit. Ready for whatever life throws at you.
To learn more or start your application, visit uccu.com or stop by any branch.
For over 25 years, Salt Lake Running Company has helped people of all ages and levels find the gear they need to start their fitness journey. From a free custom shoe fit analysis to a premium assortment of footwear and workout essentials, SLRC is a top 10 run shop in America. Locally owned, locally operated at 5 locations along the Wasatch Front. SLRC is there to help you gear up and get out. Visit a store near you or shop online at slrc.com.
Welcome back in to Lone Peak Fieldhouse. Lone Peak Girls Basketball is always presented by Heidemann Associates. Go to utah.law, find a law office nearest you. Let our friends at Heidemann Associates help you out. If you have any law situation, not only that, if you need to get your living will and trust set up a business corporation, you got a question on a business deal gone bad, if you have any recourse, Justin Heidemann's there to help you out. He'll give you a free consultation. Just let them know the Rewind sent you. Again, that's at utah.law, Heidemann and Associates. Out of the timeout, a little high-low from the outside, Nordstrom to Woolston. As we go inside of 2 minutes left in the third quarter. Larson lost the handle. Ball goes into the hands of Hazard. She can't get it. Rebound to Kennedy Woolston. Shawnee goes inside to Bartholomew. Sarah been quiet in the second half. At 10 first half points. Sarah steps through, left hand, and on cue, Sarah now with a dozen. Well, the boys' game starts at 7:30 as Madsen crawls that one up and in. Remember, what Corner Canyon's playing for is to keep this game within 35 points. A 35-point differential going into the fourth quarter. We'll have a continuous running clock as Sarah Bartholomew gets that bucket. The pass from Kendi Wilson. 14 on the night for Sarah. Come right back and the same look, and Madsen with the and one. And how about this? Madsen now in the double digits. 11 points. And Madsen to the free throw line as Lawrence picks up her first personal foul. That's the fourth team foul on Lone Peak. And the free throw good for Madsen. So, again, right now at 35 points. So Tanuvasa. And then Nordstrom back to Naya. Going to break it on the dribble. Tanuvasa right down the lane. Send to the corner. Lawrence misses on the three. Rebound taken. And then the foul to Lawrence. Her second. Team fifth.
That was a 0-0, Katie Lawrence. That's her second personal. 14 foul. Checking in with the Chargers.
They were quick to the draw. That is team foul number 4. So, shot clock still on, about a 4-second difference. As Henstrom comes off the screen. Liberty has that one taken away by Tanuvasa. Good hands by Naya. Naya comes back, give that up to Nordstrom, and Shawnee couldn't handle it. The pass a little hot to handle there from Tanuvasa. And again, the game within the game is Corner Canyon trying to fight off this 35-point deficit going into the fourth. And there's a steal, Shawnee Nordstrom. Shawnee comes back the other way and lays it in. Yeomans leaves it for Henstrom. Liberty sends that one out, and that'll do it for the quarter. At the end of 3, it is Lone Peak 59 and Corner Canyon 22. We're back with the fourth quarter. You're watching Lone Peak Girls Basketball, brought to you by Bullfrog Spas on KSL Sports Rewind.
Other universities didn't fit into my life.
They said I'd have to quit my job to go to school.
They said it would take me 4 years to graduate.
They said I have to take tests when they tell me to.
They said my degree would cost a fortune.
But I didn't have to listen to them.
Because I have a university that listens to me.
Tests on your time. Courses on your time. Graduate on your time. WGU, the University of You.
Boom. And then get the... Okay. Hey, welcome back into Lone Peak Fieldhouse. Dusty Lister with you again. The boys' game will start at 7:30 as we start the fourth quarter. It is Lone Peak 59, Corner Canyon 22, and the clock will be running this entire quarter. We'll only stop for free throws and timeouts. As it is a 19-point night for Kaylee Woolston, 14 points for Sarah Bartholomew. We had 10 first half points, scored 4 there late in the fourth quarter. Looking to give that up. 5-second close to guard. It was really close. Tanuvasa poked it away. Picked up by McKaylee Ika. McKaylee right to the rim. A little strong. Rebound to Woolston. Kaylee able to pull it away. Send out to Shawnee. Give it up to Tanuvasa. Naya back over to McKaylee. McKaylee on the drive, and she's fouled. And it'll be free throws for McKaylee Ika.
Number 1, Kenzie Randall, that's her second personal, 13 foul. At the line, shooting 2 for the Knights, McKaylee Ika.
And first free throw good for McKaylee. Of course, McKaylee been dealing with foul trouble. She had 4 fouls. Or has 4 fouls already. And there's a steal to Woolston. Oh, nice pass inside, and Bartholomew now with 16. And a steal, Ika. And McKaylee lays it up and in. And a steal to Nordstrom. Shawnee. Back rims a 3. Rebound to Woolston. Kaylee. She wants to retrieve for 3, and she too a little long. And the rebound tracked down by Corner Canyon. And Katie Leroy. Ooh. Nice job of hanging on that one by Leroy. I would check with Rob Gertzen if it's Leroy or Leroy, but he calls us Rewind, even though Rob is one of our good friends and partners on streaming as he does Charger TV games. He gave him a hard time since he went to Utah State. Tanuvasa left her feet. 5 seconds on the shot clock. Still looking for that pass. It's taken away by Bartholomew. Sarah sent ahead to Ika. McKaylee. Cross court, Shawnee for 3. There we go, Shawnee Nordstrom. One of those nights where she's been online but long, but splashes that 3. 9 points on the night for Shawnee. Got that ball inside and no call there. And Lena Mortensen, good defense there by Woolston, says Mr. Official. Nordstrom sends out to Ika. McKaylee gets it back. McKaylee said, hey, mouse in the house. Go after it. Sarah step through. No. Rebound still loose. Tracked down by Tanuvasa. Naya back over to Ika. And McKaylee will take her time. Sarah, tough feed there. Bartholomew with the steal. And Sarah fouled by Randall. It is going to be Sarah Bartholomew going to the line for 2 free throws. It was good defense, followed by good defense, and then the foul. Line change substitutions coming in for Corner Canyon.
Sarah Bartholomew shoots 2.
As Sarah hits the first.
Checking in for the Chargers, number 3, Brooke Yeomans, number 11.
So coming in for Corner Canyon is Brooke Yeomans, along with Caitlin Madsen and Maddie White, Summer Larson. And then Clara Hazar. 4 of the 5 starters from tonight's game as Bartholomew makes the free throws, and it's 70 to... That's the 18th point on the night for Sarah Bartholomew. Strong night from Sarah. And she got it going from Jump Street. Oh, just hanging on a pivot there. White, give that ball up to Larson. Looking inside to Madsen. Been a good second half for Caitlin Madsen. Can't get that one to go. Good D from Kaylee Rich. And a foul on that along the baseline there on Larson. That is the first personal foul on Larson. And just the 5th team foul, so one to give. Fun to see Dalton Nixon in the building, former Orem Tiger, and he runs a AAU club team here in the state of Utah. His time at BYU was over as that ball goes out of bounds. We'll go back to Corner Canyon. Of course, Dalton was a state champion at Orem High School. Come back quickly. Hazar hangs on a pivot. Can't get that. Backside board to White. And the first points of the night from Maddie White. Come back the other way. Nordstrom sends out a ball to Kennedy Woolston. Kennedy leaves it up for McKaylee Ika. Pump the 3. Finds that into Kaylee. She lost the handle. She came to the floor. Jump ball. Possession arrow will stay with Lone Peak. Again, if you're tuning in for the boys' game, does not start till 7:30. All Region 4 games. Girls are at 6, boys at 7:30. As Woolston had that ball go off the foot of Madsen, got it back and hits the 3. Kaylee now with 22 on the evening. leading all scores. Ika there with Hazard. Comes off the screen of Larson. Yeomans to White. Back over to Larson. Larson goes at Wolfson. Strong move. That was a nice move. Couldn't get the finish. White got the offensive board. Leaves it for Madsen. And she's fouled. And it'll put Madsen at the line for 2 free throws. As the clock stops at 2:22 left. I don't blame the clock operator. We've been bleeding some clock here and there until the officials stop it. As Madsen hits the first.
Checking in for the nice 0-0, Katie Lawrence, number 5, Meg Eaton, number 20.
Meg Eaton, Sam Pope, and Katie Lawrence.
Kaylee Ika and Kaylee Woolston.
And they come on, and Woolston, Ika, and Shani Nordstrom come off the floor. And how about some Lone Peak loyalty here, boys side? Sam Burgess in the building, along with Jimmy Balderson. Of course, Jimmy didn't go to Lone Peak, but came from Calgary, Alberta. But Burgess, the first quarterback in Lone Peak history. Also point guard here for the Knights. As the other way, as Larson fouled on the drive. We'll put her at the line to shoot 2 free throws.
Number 5, Meg Eaton, that's her first personal.
As Burgess still considered one of the best athletes to come through Lone Peak High School. That has a number of professional athletes, including Mr. Hamilton, that went to LSU, then played the NBA for a long time, and of course Frank Jackson, TJ and Tyler, and then TJ Haas, and the Emery brothers, Nick and others, so many. And I know I'm missing Bracken Funk. The voice of Funk is the 3 from Woolston, back rimmed. Kaylee Rich pulls down that rebound. And, of course, Kaylee Woolston's going to put her name in that list. Of course, and then Shani Nordstrom certainly will do that after she graduates next year. Tasia Farmer, an outstanding volleyball player. Was Miss Volleyball a couple years ago. It's always fun to see the Lone Peak royalty come back in the building at the field house. Oh, nice pass. Katie Lawrence backs things out. Comes off the screen. Katie hangs, sends out to Kennedy. 1:15 on a rolling clock as Eaton drives. Gets around the defender. Goes back up strong. No. And rebound taken by Madsen. Now Larson on the push. Larson goes at Pope to the rim and scores. 4 points there for Larson. We go inside of a minute. Dip inside 50 seconds. Woolston off on the triple. And that ball goes in the hands of Katie Lawrence. Can't get the bunny to drop. Rebound to Eaton. Oh, and jump ball. Possession arrow will stay, or apartment will go to Corner Canyon. Clock continues to run. The clock does not stop unless it's a free throw or a timeout. Back the other way. Hazard tries to fit that inside. Knocked away by Rich. Larson tracks it down. Got it back. Strong move by Larson, and it crawls off. Summer putting in some effort. Couldn't get it to go. Final moments. 5 seconds as Kennedy Woolston will back things out, and that will do it. Final score, Lone Peak 73, Corner Canyon 30. Your Heidemann Associates Player of the Game. We're going to go with Sarah Bartholomew. Sarah came out the gate quickly. Led the way to get things started for Lone Peak. Again, our final score, Lone Peak Girls 73, Corner Canyon 30. As always, Lone Peak Girls Basketball presented by Heidemann Associates, brought to you by Bullfrog Spas. For Jaron Mulford and Kinsey Valentine, I'm Dusty Lister. Thanks for joining us and for watching KSL Sports Rewind's coverage of Lone Peak Girls Basketball on KSLSports.com. Boys game coming up next.